So today guys, I've got this piece of Boulder Opal. As you can see, it's quite an uneven surface, so we're going to have a go at dremeling, at carving the top off of it, see if we can get a freeform out of it. So that gives you an idea of the surface, and I'm hoping we can just take this little bit off the top, then I'll take you through polishing it, and maybe we'll get a nice little teardrop shape out of it. So all I'm using is my trusty Dremel. It's not a technical setup, and a Chinese tub or Indian, doesn't really matter on preference. I'm going to keep dipping the stone in this and taking it down, and keep dipping and taking it down. You don't want to go too aggressive with sort of this, it's just a generic burr off of eBay, so nothing too pricey at this point. So, and I'll start taking this down and I'll show you what I'll get down to and where I'll stop, and then we'll go over to the nova points of different grits. So now this is what we're left with after carving all the top off. It turned out a lot better than I expected, to be fair. It's still not the greatest gem in the world, but at the end of the day, it'll still make a nice piece anyway. And it turns what otherwise would be not a desirable piece into one that could be actually quite nice once set in some form of jewellery. So I've done the rough grit. There's a few tiny little spots of, you can see it there, there's a few tiny little spots of matrix Boulder Opal ironstone on there. I'm not really too bothered because I'll probably get that out in the nova point. You don't want to take it down too far with it being such a thin bar of colour that you end up actually going through, which is what's happened on this corner. The opal didn't actually join all the way, like you can see there. So I thought I could get it out, but unfortunately it wouldn't come out. So this is what it looks like, relatively dry, just to give you an idea of how dull it looks. And hopefully when it's done, it should look something like that. So I'm going to switch out the nova point, decide which one I want first. I'll put down below what grits of points that I use, and we'll carry on grinding this down. So this is it dry now. There is still scratches in it, obviously, because it's still quite an aggressive grit, but nowhere near the coarseness as it was last time. So we'll switch up and we'll carry on. I'll do the next few on my own, and I'll stop in between if there needs to be anything to be added. Although this side's getting pretty thin, so we don't want to go too hard on that side, but we'll carry on and see how we go. So this is it after a couple of layers of nova points. I think at this point we've gone up to, I think it's 1200. So as you can see, it's starting to take a shine on the edges. Not quite there though, there's still a few points, but this is completely dry now. Rub it on my trouser. So like you can see, it's starting to take on a nice shine. So we're going to carry on with the next grit and keep on going up until we have a almost finished gem. So now I've been up my grits up to, I believe, 14,000 with one of these. And now I have these felt nibs that I'm going to mix with some cerium oxide, which I have in powder. I've just added a bit of warm water here. I need to mix it in. And I'm going to soak this tip with the cerium oxide, which is glass polish. And I'm going to run all that over the top of this and give it one final polish to get it done. I will need to pop it on the flat lap as well, just to take the back down a bit, make it a bit more of a nice size. So I'm going to get to doing that and we'll put a final polish on this, although it's not far off anyway. So this is it doing the felt, so I'll give it a little wash off and a little dry, and I will show you what it looks like now. And this is it done. So obviously a lot better as we started out. It's got a nice polish on it. So it just goes to show you that with quite simple tools, I think my Dremel was around £50 or around $75, and I think the Nova points for I bought a set of 4 Diamond Pacific points and then 3 others as well. I believe that's probably going to set you around £80 or around, I'd say probably for under $170 US, you could have all the tools you could need to carve opals. Pretty sure you can use these for cutting cabochons as well. Not really had a go with that, so I'm not sure. Alternately, if you can't get Nova points, you can actually get these. And these, if you're not familiar with them, are diamond pastes. Different microns, different grits, do exactly the same job, just a little bit more fiddly. You buy these felt points and put them on. I've got one here for my flat lap, so it's just the same principle as using that, and I use these on all my cabochons, so it brings them up quite nicely, which you can see on other videos on the channel. But I'm quite happy with how this turned out. It was quite a thin bar of colour, and I'm really happy. So if any of you guys would like to purchase any of the opals cut in the video, I'll leave a link in the description below, and I'll also put what tools I've used. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and that's all for now, and I'll see you later.